You grab a can of tuna off the shelf, see wild caught on the label, and feel good about it. That's exactly what they're counting on. Because that label, in most cases, nobody outside the company verified it. No inspector checked, no third party signed off. It's a sticker, not a promise. And we went through 10 of the most popular brands in North America to show you exactly how this works, what the labels actually mean, and which ones you should stop buying right now. Number 1. Bumblebee Chunk Light Tuna. Bumblebee has been in American kitchens for over 100 years, and that history is doing serious work for them right now because the label on their cans is carrying claims that fall apart the moment you look closely. Bumblebee got named in a lawsuit over its dolphin-safe claims. Not a minor complaint, an actual legal challenge arguing the label was false advertising. And dolphin-safe only covers dolphins. Sharks, sea turtles, seabirds, none of them are protected by that label. The wild-caught claim on every can is self-declared. Bumblebee's supply chain runs through multiple countries and processors, and when researchers tested traceability claims like this one across the seafood industry, more than half came back completely untraceable. Number 2. Star-Kissed Chunk Light Tuna. Star-Kissed got pulled into the same lawsuit as Bumblebee. Same dolphin-safe claims, same argument. The label promises something the company can't back up. That's not bad luck, that's a pattern. Star-Kissed moves millions of cans every week, and the traceability behind that wild-caught label traces back to Star-Kissed's own internal records, not an outside auditor. Their light tuna is skipjack, which averages around 126 parts per billion of mercury. That sounds fine until you realize it's just an average, and individual cans can run higher depending on where the fish was caught. The FDA has consumption limits on tuna for pregnant women and kids for exactly this reason, and most people eating tuna sandwiches daily have no idea those limits exist. Number 3. Chicken of the Sea Chunk Light Tuna. Chicken of the Sea. The name alone made tuna feel safe and familiar, like something your mom bought without thinking twice. And that comfort has been selling cans for generations. But Chicken of the Sea landed in the same lawsuit as the previous 2 brands, facing the same accusation, that the dolphin-safe label misled shoppers about the actual impact of their fishing. And that label only protects one species. A net can legally kill sea turtles and sharks on the same haul and still qualify. Consumer research backs this up consistently. Shoppers read dolphin safe as a broad green light for the whole fishing operation. The label never says that. It just lets you assume it. Number 4. Van Camp's Chunk Light Tuna. Van Camp's sits on the bottom shelf, priced lower than everything above it, and most shoppers grab it without a second thought. Cheap tuna is cheap tuna, right? But Van Camp's carries the same wild-caught label as every brand that's faced a lawsuit, with even less public pressure to back it up. No lawsuit, no documentary. Just the label sitting there unchallenged. Sea Choice researchers found that 41% of brands making self-declared environmental claims offered zero evidence to support them. And budget brands with minimal marketing investment fit that profile exactly. Verification costs real money. Keeping the price low means that money goes somewhere else, and the label stays the same regardless. Number 5. Geneva Yellowfin Tuna, some recalled batches. Geneva looks like the smart upgrade. Olive oil packed, yellowfin tuna, nicer packaging, and a price tag that says quality. But you're paying more for a fish that carries nearly 3 times the mercury of standard canned light tuna, averaging around 354 parts per billion, compared to 126 in Chunk Light. When specific lots get recalled, that means something slipped through the supply chain that shouldn't have. And with a fish where mercury levels vary by individual catch, that kind of failure isn't just a paperwork problem. The FDA limits yellowfin to 4 ounces a week for pregnant women and kids, compared to 12 ounces for light tuna. The premium price doesn't buy you lower risk. Number 6. Trader Joe's store brand tuna, select recalled lots. Trader Joe's built its whole reputation on the idea that you're smarter for shopping there, and that feeling follows you right to the tuna aisle. But the store brand tuna on those shelves likely comes from the same processing facilities as the name brands you've already heard about in this video. The label changes. The supply chain doesn't. Recalled lots of Trader Joe's canned tuna show exactly where that breaks down. Elevated histamine from poor temperature control, contamination during processing. These failures happen when traceability isn't solid enough to catch a problem before it ships. Shoppers trust store brands because they trust the store. That trust doesn't come with an independent audit attached to it. Number 7, HEB canned tuna. Select recalled lots. In Texas, HEB isn't just a grocery store, it's practically a point of pride. And shoppers there extend a level of trust to HEB's store brand that they'd never give to some national label they half recognize. But that fish in the can didn't come from Texas waters. It traveled from the Pacific or the Indian Ocean, through international processing facilities, across multiple country borders, before HEB's label got applied at the very end of that journey. When recalled lots surface, the failure traces back to whoever actually packed that fish, likely a third-party facility processing tuna for several other brands at the same time. HEB's name went on last. Number 8, Great Value, Walmart. Chunk light tuna. Great Value tuna sits in more American pantries than probably any other brand on this list, and that's exactly what makes this worth paying attention to. Walmart sources from dozens of fisheries across multiple oceans simultaneously, and keeping clean documentation across all of them requires infrastructure that most suppliers in the global tuna industry simply don't have. When researchers tested traceability claims across seafood brands, more than half came back untraceable. That's not a fringe problem at that scale, it's almost guaranteed. Walmart has published goals around sustainable sourcing, but a corporate goal printed in an annual report and what's actually happening at the fishery level are two completely different things. Number 9, Prince's Tuna Chunks and Brine. Prince's is a big UK brand, and if you shop at international grocers or order online, you've likely seen it. The label says sustainably sourced, and that sounds like a done deal. But some of the tuna inside comes from fisheries that are still working toward MSC certification, not fisheries that have actually earned it. There's a real difference. MSC certification requires independent audits and ongoing monitoring. A fishery improvement project just means someone signed up and promised to try. Prince's isn't breaking any laws. The industry normalized this language where working toward a standard and meeting a standard get sold to you as the same thing. They're not. Number 10, John West Tuna Chunks. John West is the loudest voice in the UK tuna market when it comes to sustainability. They built a traceability tool, published sourcing commitments, and talked openly about responsible fishing. That's more than most brands even attempt. But when researchers actually tested traceability claims like theirs, more than half came back untraceable. A tool that can't trace anything doesn't protect you. It just makes you feel protected. Greenpeace pressed John West specifically over fish aggregating devices, floating objects that pull in tuna, but also sharks, rays, juvenile fish, and sea turtles. John West committed to reducing FAD use, not eliminating it, and those reduction timelines have shifted more than once.